So behind us we've got the Gen 1 and Gen 2 991 Carreras. One's naturally aspirated, one's turbocharged. We've just been on a long trip from Porsche Centre Reading all the way up to Yorkshire, which is a long way away, all the way back down to Bournemouth. So we've done, how many miles do you reckon?
We've done around 700 miles in both cars. It's been an interesting experience. Obviously the new car with its 3-litre turbocharged engine is an entirely different proposition to the old naturally aspirated car. We've got one with a really quick throttle response, razor sharp. The other, loads of torque, low down. As I say, completely different driving experiences.
What do you like about the Gen 1 first of all, Josh?
We've got, obviously, from that engine, you've got an incredibly raucous note. You put sports exhaust on, you can hear it coming from miles. You've also got an incredible level of comfort in the 991, and the Gen 1 really sort of brought that home after the 997 era.
Yeah, for me, I think the really good thing about the 991 Gen 1 Carrera, and it's a real favourite of ours actually on Total 911, because you really have to rev that engine hard to maintain your pace.
Definitely.
Which is quite a rare thing for a modern sports car these days. You really have to be on top of your game to exert good power. So it rewards the good driver. It's not so good for the lazy driver, if you will.
No.
However, Gen 2, totally different.
Yeah, totally different. As I say, all that low down torque means that from about 2,000 RPM you get going really quickly. In basic Carrera form, which this car is, you've got 370 horsepower, but there is so much torque that it's probably about as quick in everyday life as the old Carrera S, which was a 400 brake horsepower car. So you're really looking at, as I say, something that's entirely different in the way it drives. But that extra torque, yeah, it means you've got a lot more fun to play with. Coming out of slow corners, you can brake traction a lot more easily. And thanks to the new PSM Sport mode, you can really sort of have a bit more fun, get it sliding across the road, whereas the old car, you've either got on or off. It's sort of, a real cutthroat car.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, the Gen 2, the improvements are actually quite significant. We have to look past the fact that it's a little bit of a facelift. There's much happening underneath the skin, as you'll see in the new issue of Total 911. Yeah, so like I say, for this car, what I really like is just the minute details. So it's the wider front track, makes the nose a little bit more settled on turning. I really like the mode button as well, actually. I was a little bit unsure about it.
Yeah, I remember you saying
it's nice now though, and I think much like a bona fide race car, you've just got the dial on the wheel, so you don't have to take your eye off the road ahead.
Yeah.
Whereas the Gen 1 I used to like that centre console, but now I think it's a little bit clumsy where you kind of have to scrape around looking for Sport or Sport Plus.
Yeah.
You just turn the wheel and off, and same with the boost function as well.
Definitely.
Again, thought that was really gimmicky at first, but it's so much more instantaneous in the kick down function. So
yeah, and you definitely feel like Mark Lee, but around the ring when you're using that switch.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that, isn't it?
Yeah, hero mode is definitely on. So, which one would you take home though?
I would take the Gen 2.
Ah.
What about yourself?
Definitely. Gen 2 all the way. As I say, I love the naturally aspirated cars. I'd have one every day of the week. And so turbocharged Carrera, I was really nervous. I really thought this was where Porsche had ballsed it up, basically. But I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. And as an everyday sports car, which the Carrera should be, yeah, I'd have it straight away.
Definitely.
I mean, head to the nearest Porsche Centre now.